A servant's path to riches. What motivates you? One of the leading motivational speakers in the world, Zig Ziglar, said it best. You can get everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. The primary question is, what do you want? The second question is, what are you willing to do to get it? And the final and most important question is, why do you want it? In Mark 9:35, the Bible says, He sat down and called the 12 apostles. He told them, whoever wants to be the most important person must take the last place and be a servant to everyone else. While this may sound a little too religious for some people, the truth is inescapable. The most effective path to riches, however you define that, is found in serving others. Have you already accomplished everything you want? If not, what will you have to change in order to get what you want? Change is always difficult. Let's take our appearance as an example and think about what we can change. We can change our hair color, our face, our weight, but it is almost impossible to change our height. The Serenity Prayer says, Lord, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. The answers to the three questions I just mentioned will require a change in your thoughts, your actions, and your focus. But the biggest change you'll have to make is how you think. How you think, i.e. your attitude, can change most everything in your life for the better or for the worse. The idea of the servant leader is as old as the Bible. In business as in life, we are most effective in helping others when we come before them with the idea that I am here to serve you. All businesses, whether business to business or business to consumer, all provide products that serve a need or services that meet a need. You need to identify a need and then fill it. This has been the mantra of countless speakers and business consultants. Actually, it was Ruth Stafford Peale, the wife of the Reverend Norman Vincent Peale, author of The Power of Positive Thinking, who is credited with the quote, "Find a need and fill it." How will you serve others? Will you serve by offering a product, a service, or both? Think of a store shelf where you intend to sell something and get paid enough to make yourself rich. A shelf that serves children might have candy, toys, games, or even educational materials. You certainly would not try to sell a child a vehicle they could not be able to use for another 10 years. The point is, you must always begin with a deep understanding of your audience, their needs, wants, and desires. What do they want that you can provide to meet your motivational goals? I'm reminded of the new owner of a small deli I knew when I owned a business brokerage firm in southern Arizona. The deli was a small but profitable business, even though it was located about 5 miles from the concentration of office buildings where most of his daytime traffic should come from. Although the distance was not completely out of the question for busy executives like myself and other office workers in the building where I was located, it just did not make sense to drive that far for a sandwich. The new owner knew his product met a need, and rather than accepting his location as a problem, he looked at it as an opportunity. He outfitted several young women with a basket of sweet rolls, brownies, and other snack items and sent them to my office building and others to sell the contents of their baskets and take orders for sandwiches. The same women then delivered sandwiches at lunchtime. The new deli owner identified a need, office workers who did not have time or the desire to go out for an hour or more for lunch, and then he filled it. I don't know the exact numbers, but I believe he made the small deli he purchased 10 times more profitable. He could have used conventional wisdom and spent thousands of dollars advertising in an effort to get people to come to his out-of-the-way location. Instead, he got creative and took his products to his potential customer. The snack items made more than enough to pay for the women hired to get lunch orders, and he had significantly more profit because he served his customers. You can do the same with any business you have or want to start. Approach it as a servant. Ask the question, how can I serve the person or company who is willing to pay for that service? And are they willing to pay enough for me to meet my financial goals? What is your story? Every business needs a good story. Coca-Cola has a secret recipe. Kentucky Fried Chicken has Colonel Sanders and a secret recipe. One of today's most successful internet marketers, Brendon Burchard's story starts with him nearly dying in an auto accident and how that experience changed his life. So what's your story? Whatever it is, you must tell it, and tell it with passion. Tell all the gory details. People respond when they see the authenticity of your story. They want to know if what you have to say is of importance to them. Will your story make a difference in their life? Your story must tell not just your encounter with an apparently immovable obstacle. Your story must demonstrate the steps you took to overcome that obstacle. Your plan for how to get over, around, or through that obstacle must be something that I believe I can accomplish. Telling me that Warren Buffett made a lot of money buying companies will not inspire me to go out and start buying up big chunks of Coca-Cola. I couldn't do it if I wanted to. Your story needs to be one that is realistic for me. While in church this last Sunday, I watched a great illustration of someone telling a really boring story. The pastor was homesick and the person filling in just could not get his story out effectively. As a former pastor, I felt bad for him because his story was based on many real issues the church is facing today. He just did not know how to tell it in a way that would capture the attention of his audience. It was much more likely to put them to sleep. If you're going to write a book, build your brand, and build a business based on your story, it better not be boring. Get help from a speech coach and learn how to tell your story so that it will capture the attention of your prospective customer in a way that nearly forces them to do business with you. And before I go on, let me say that I believe you have a story to tell. Don't be afraid to tell it. As the host of a radio talk show, I get to see lots of bios published by authors, speakers, and coaches, and most of them are exactly alike. I did X, I made $1 bazillion, and retired to live happily ever after. Then when I talk with them and ask the probing questions, I find out that they are just like the rest of us. But what made them different was they refused to give up in the face of adversity. They discovered a new creative way of solving the problems they faced, and along the way made the bazillion or whatever dollars. Probe deeply enough and you will find motivation, determination, and a desire unparalleled by any of the competitors they left in the dust. Choose 21st century marketing techniques. Don't even think about trying marketing tactics recommended by conventional wisdom. Actually, you probably need to throw out everything you know or think you know about marketing. This is a new age. This is the age of the internet. Yellow page advertising, direct mail campaigns, interviews on terrestrial radio, and trying to build a business without online sales is a waste of time, money, and effort. In less than 20 years, the internet has made traditional marketing so antiquated it isn't funny. Yet people cling to those things of the past. I actually had an author with a great story to tell turn down an offer to appear on my talk show because his publicity advisor advised him not to do internet radio. Where has that overpriced advisor been for the last decade? What rock has he been sleeping under? We are no longer stuck in rush hour traffic with just the AM or FM station available on our car radio. Has he never heard of an iPad or iPod, smartphone, or a CD player? Think about the advantages of internet radio. You can download a podcast of the interview and listen to it at your convenience. When was the last time you were listening to a terrestrial radio station interview and just sat in your car in front of your office or home so you could hear the rest of the interview and write down the contact information on a pad? Think about the power of your interview as it is played over and over for weeks and months, even years to come. Before we move on, I would like to also point out the power of video. What can you do with a video of your message? One research group said recently that 1 minute of video is worth 1,800,000 words. A central truth is people buy from people they know, like, and trust. It's far easier to gain the confidence of your audience with video. They can read your body language and pick up on your facial expressions. If you doubt the power of a visual presentation, try buying a 30-second commercial on TV for the price of a radio ad in the same market. Develop a plan of action. Most of today's internet marketers suggest an OVO approach. That's opt in, give value, then make your offer. So let's walk through these steps. First, you need to build a list of potential customers. The easiest way to do this is with an opt-in offer of some kind. Some successful authors have given away their book. Others offer a free report or a free sample of their product. The secret to getting people to opt in is by offering something of value. It could be a free subscription to your newsletter, a free report, even a free copy of your book or sample of your product. A recent story told by an internet marketer told how he earned $1 million in 9 days. First, he wrote his book. Second, he offered it free, including prepaid shipping, adding tens of thousands of new prospects to his opt-in list. Then he offered a $159 product to people who requested the free book. Third, he provided a series of 3 free training videos and then offered his $1,997 training program. The $159 product sales covered the cost of all the books he gave away, including the shipping. Less than 1% of the people on his opt-in list took advantage of his offer for the $1,997 training program, a little over 500 of them, and generated $1 million in sales. And since this is a video training product, these sales were essentially profit. In my mind, this is a classic case of a servant's path to riches. Recommended action step: write a best-selling book. There is no better way to establish yourself as an expert than with a best-selling book. It really does not matter what your expertise is, a book will do wonders for your career and business. Here's the challenge: becoming a best-selling author. Did you know that of the approximately 1 million books published every year, most sell less than 500 copies? Yes, you gain a degree of credibility, authority, and influence with a published book. But is that all you want out of your book? Think about the additional credibility, authority, and influence you will have if you can write the words bestseller on your book, your bio, and any other marketing materials. Watch people's eyes widen when they see best-selling author on your business cards. Think about the reaction of the crowd when you are introduced as best-selling author before your presentation. Call our office if you are interested in becoming a best-selling author, guaranteed. The number is 855-574-HOPE. That's 855-574-4673. Just ask for me, W.L. Laney. Develop your business plan. Lay it out in detail. What is your goal? Where will the money come from that is going to make you, the servant, rich? I think you can see it takes a lot of book sales to make you rich. I saw a statistic that there are only about 1,200 authors in the U.S. who make a full-time living writing books. So where does the real money come from? It comes from your business, the so-called back end, the products and services you sell as a result of the book you wrote. Answer these questions. What will you give away to start your engagement with your customers? What method will you use to get people to see or find your giveaway promotion? What value-added services or products will you offer? What will be your big sale? When you have a plan you are satisfied with, the next step is the really hard one: execute the plan. General Patton once said, "A good plan violently executed today is far better than a perfect plan executed next week." Make it happen. Go through your steps. Sell or give away your book. Provide value to your potential customers. Then make the sale. If things don't go as planned, refine and do it all over again. Bill Myers, our general manager, likes to say, fail forward fast. Of course, you want to make sure you give your plan enough effort and time to be successful, but if at first you don't succeed, try again. This strategy has worked for thousands of people, and it will work for you. Use it, make your millions, then give back. This is your answer to the third question I asked at the beginning. Why do you want what you want? Your answer to this question is the key motivation to accomplishing what you want in the first place. It is what keeps you going when things get tough or when things don't work quite the way you planned. Making money is often a primary motivation, but if it is all to be the one with the most toys when they die, it is hardly a life worth living. Plan to share your wealth. Share the free time you now have. Share the knowledge you have gained. And of course, share the money with those less fortunate. I would love to see you make so much money you can join the ultra-rich Give It Away Club. Be like the Warren Buffetts of the world who have taken care of their families and still committed to giving away 85% of their wealth. I'm W.L. Laney. I hope this has been helpful to you. I'd love to see you at the top of the bestsellers list. Call us if you need more information. The number is 855-574-HOPE. Thank you.